Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us here on our Valley News Now desk. As you can see in our caption that I set for you here, we got a lot going on this morning. We have several breaking news stories. We're going to talk about the first one, the most recent one that we're following this morning, a crash in North Moorhead. This just happening 7:01. It looks like, according to Pulse Point, that call was made. I'm going to send things on over to Valley News Team's Austin Carisu, who has been at that scene since shortly after that crash happened. He's got more. Good morning, Austin.
Yeah, hey, good morning, Alex. Like you just said, big crash that happened here in Moorhead. I'm on 75th Street North and 28th Avenue North at the intersection, and it's right near a train track. Now, this crash did just happen, and like you just said, the Pulse Point call, standard traffic, came in around 7:01, and there's still a big presence here, so I'm actually going to step off cam real quick to give everyone watching a better view of what I'm actually seeing as this is unfolding. And so there's a large police presence, as you can see, with an ambulance and a couple fire department members, and it actually looks like an ambulance is leaving at the scene right now as we're speaking. I did see them earlier when I got here. They did pull a stretcher out of the ambulance, and as you can see, the lights are not on as they're leaving the scene. Now, this was reported as a vehicle crash, and as we've been reporting this morning, if you have been watching the valley today, super dense fog covering most parts of the valley, especially here in Moorhead, as you can see. So that is going to be a contributing factor to commutes this morning. So drivers, as you're heading out to maybe drop the kids off at school, heading to work, you're going to want to take that fog into account. You know, you're going to want to be careful when you're driving, especially do watch out for children as they are, you know, crossing the street, maybe to head to a bus stop, or they might be possibly walking or biking to school. And it does look like law enforcement personnel are directing traffic right now. This is a busy intersection here, lots of cars coming through. I haven't gotten the chance to speak with a fire department member or a law enforcement official. As you can see, they're busy clearing the scene, making sure traffic continues flowing. And here, I'll step back on camera real quick, but a lot going on this morning, Alex, and all our viewers watching on the Valley News Now desk. I'm gonna try and figure out more throughout the morning of this crash that's going on here. And again, it's at 75th North and 28th North Avenue North intersection just in Moorhead. That's all the information I have right now at this time, Alex. So I'm gonna send it back to you, and we're gonna continue to inform everyone watching as we learn more.
All right. Thank you so much, Austin. Yes, definitely something to be mindful of this morning. Again, we do have that first alert weather day that is happening today for this exact reason, that dense fog that's going on outside. So again, thank you, Austin, so much for your live report. We appreciate you. And we're going to continue to follow our other avenues of breaking news that we're looking into this morning. One of the two men suspected in a late night shooting incident last week has now been arrested as of this morning. So this is the scene that was happening that last week when this shooting happened. Jail records show that Braden Poitra was booked into the Cass County Jail on 6 different charges. He's being held on a number of drug-related charges as well. Now, Poitra is suspected alongside Dennis Salinas in the September 17th shooting. Let me pull up Salinas' mugshot for you here. Now, he is not booked in a local jail from what we found here. And from our understanding, he remains on the run as of this morning. He's got a warrant out for accomplice to robbery and accomplice to aggravated assault. Now, this incident happened around 7:30 p.m. on the 17th of September, so just last week, in the 1400 block of First Avenue South, where one person was shot. Police say the men fled in a dark-colored sedan driven by a third individual who has not been identified. Relationship between the suspects and the victim is unknown, though it does appear this was some form of robbery. If you do see Salinas, I'll pull his picture up for you here one more time. If you do see where he is or know where he may be, give Fargo police a call. We've also got a message out to Fargo police this morning to find out more surrounding Poitra's arrest here. So we'll continue to update you here on Valley News Live as we learn more. And we're following our third breaking news story this morning. Breaking news overnight. We're waiting on information from police after a water rescue in the Red River in Fargo this morning. So according to unconfirmed scanner traffic, both Fargo and Moorhead fire departments were called to the area near the First Avenue North Bridge around 12:20 a.m. They say that was for a report of a woman who had jumped in the river to evade police, although this has not yet been confirmed by authorities officially. Details are pretty limited right now, but we do have another message out to Fargo police about this specific incident, and we'll be sure to update you as we learn more. And former Minnesota Senator Nicole Mitchell has been sentenced to 6 months in jail after she was found guilty of felony burglary earlier this year. However, Mitchell will be allowed to serve her time on work release. Before the sentence was handed down, Judge Fritz heard from those directly impacted by Nicole Mitchell's actions on that day, April 22nd in 2024. After the trial, Carol Mitchell, the victim here, Nicole Mitchell's stepmother, weighed in on this sentencing. Let's take a listen.
I don't think 6 months is very much time for what she put me through, but at least I know it's going to hurt her.
So what happens now? Well, Becker County District Judge Michael Fritz agreed to let Mitchell serve her 180-day sentence on work release in Ramsey County. That is where she lives. Moving on, the old Broadway in downtown Fargo. If you remember this video, the victim in this case is going to be paid out by the old Broadway following this assault that happened back on July 24th, 2023. So court records say the victim, Colton Nobes, was on a date when two bouncers started hitting on the woman and grabbed up her skirt. The bouncers followed them around the bar and outside where a verbal argument started. Video shows a bouncer, Jeremy Dalton, arguing with Nobes and punching him in the face and knocking him to the ground. The second bouncer, Jalal Buckner, then kicked Nobes in the face. OB was ordered to pay him 20% of the $20,000 awarded. Nobles was found 20% at fault. Bouncers were found 30% at fault. And students at Davies High School are under investigation. Now, this is by the North Dakota BCI. What's going on here is they were allegedly creating and distributing sexually explicit images on Snapchat. Fargo Public School District says they were made aware of that investigation Monday and conducted a search warrant at the high school. BCI says the district and high school are fully cooperating, but did not specify how many students were involved. I want to pivot a little bit here and talk about the first alert weather day that we have going on right now. Dense fog, as Austin was just showing us. Well, he was outside that crash scene. I'm going to pull up our website for you quickly, and we're going to get a look at when this should hopefully be clearing up, okay? I'm going to share my screen with you here, and I'm on the Valley News Live website. You can get on this too, just valleynewslive.com. We're sitting at 57 degrees here in Fargo. As you can see, fog. We know that that is very clear. Partly cloudy, mostly sunny. It looks like 11 a.m. noon. Just like our first alert storm team forecasted, that dense fog is in the a.m. So parts of western Minnesota and the Red River Valley late overnight into late morning. And as you can see from our forecast here, late morning, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., they hit the nail on the head there. So 11-day planner here. Tomorrow we're going to be sunny and 76. Friday, 81 and breezy. Saturday, Sunday, 73 and 79. Did I say Thursday and Friday? Okay, Thursday, 76, Friday's 81, Saturday, 73, Sunday, 79, and we're going to stay pretty consistent, and check that out. Next Wednesday, we are in October. I think that that's unbelievable. I'm having a hard time thinking that September's out the window. It feels like just yesterday we were saying goodbye to July, and now we already said goodbye to August. We're going to say goodbye to September next week. I am in a whirlwind right now, but at least if you're anything like me, we're going to keep around those warmer temperatures, which is beautiful. Keep them going for a little bit longer because we all know what's coming next, and I don't want to say it, but let's enjoy these nice temperatures while we can. I'm going to hop back on over to our news portion of this segment. For some residents in Horace, selling their home has not been easy. I'm going to pull up some video of Horace for you here. So Realtor Eric Christians, we spoke with him yesterday, says it's been a relatively slow year for the housing market, and it's not just Horace. He says all new developments will have special assessments, and a growing community will come with an extra cost. If you want to check out this full story, you can do just that. Head on over to the VNN News app. We've got all those details posted for you there. And what does the future look like for the Downtown Engagement Center? That was a question at last night's town hall meeting for the city of Fargo, where they talked about the relocation of it. It was a packed house. Let's take a look. Well, it looks like this is a video of the deck. Hopefully we'll get to the video of the packed house. So it was a packed house, as many residents of the community had strong opinions on the future of the deck and where it should be. During the meeting, they identified 3 sites for potential relocation: 720 14th Street North, 610 North University Drive, and 2001 First Avenue North. While there was not a final decision yesterday on where the facility should go, there was confusion on when the city officials would decide on a location. And we, again, have this full story for you on valleynewslive.com. There were some saying Bloomberg had not set a timeline yet. Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney said that it'll be by November. So next city commission meeting is set to meet on Monday, September 29th. Of course, we here at Valley News Live will keep you updated in the loop as we continue to learn more. If that is talked about at that meeting, you, of course, will know about it. So we'll keep you updated in that realm. And attention, all espresso lovers, Ziggy's Coffee is coming to South Fargo. Construction's underway on 52nd Avenue, right next to the intersection of 45th Street. So this would actually be the first location in North Dakota. I haven't been there, so if you've been to Ziggy's, leave some comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on Ziggy's, because it looks like a beautiful building, and we are obviously getting a lot of positive reaction on them coming to our community. So let me know, what should we try? They're set for a drive-thru and a walk-in cafe. No word yet on when it will open. That's another one that we will keep you updated right here on Valley News Live as we continue to learn more. Now, that's about all I got for you here on this, what day are we on? Are we on Tuesday? On Wednesday. On this Wednesday. Remember, we've got a lot of dense fog that should be clearing up in the later morning. Our First Alert Storm team will keep you updated in the know with everything you need to know regarding that. But as you hit the roads, get on your morning commute, make sure that you're being mindful of that as you take on the morning. One more time, thank you so much for joining us. It was great having you here. I'll see you back here tomorrow. I hope you have a great Wednesday and an even better rest of your week. My name is Alex Larson. We'll see you then.